my lovelies, it's Nisha. So today I wanted to talk to you about KVD Beauty Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. So KVD used to be the Kat Von D's company, but I think she sold it or something like that, and right now she has nothing to do with this company. So they've rebranded it, not really, but it is not Kat Von D, it's KVD. So I never knew about this foundation. I never seen anybody reviewing it, never heard of it, but it popped out in my email. I subscribe to all the beauty online shops, and when I think that came into Boots not long ago, so that's how I heard about it, and I thought, well, let me try it. As you know, this is all vegan. I got mine in medium 054, and how I chose the color was, I remember absolutely being in love with Kat Von D Tattoo. What's it called? Tattoo foundation. I remember comparing it to Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I loved that foundation, and I had that in 54 medium, so I thought I'd try that. I've got it on. As you can see, it's a great match when I've got tan, but without tan that would be too dark for me. So let me open it. It comes just in this plastic container, nothing special, actually quite cheap looking, although it has this pretty embossed stuff on here. It costs £29 for 10 gram. So as you know, most foundations are 30 gram, but because this is like a cream foundation, the amount I think is the same as in stick foundations, because they are usually much more pigmented and have good coverage. So that's the color. I think this one has neutral undertones. I know that with her warm undertones they are very yellow. So if you think that you are warm, I would still probably go for neutral. So let me read you what they say about this foundation. It is a buildable, full coverage, hydrating foundation balm with a lightweight, long-wear formula and a fresh matte finish in fully recyclable packaging. It is infused with apple extract to help nourish skin. The KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm, very mouthful, minimizes the appearance of pores and gives skin a smooth, healthy look, plus it's non-comedogenic. This non-cakey, flashback-free foundation quickly covers blemishes and discoloration for an instant confidence boost. This is the color. It feels very light, almost like nothing. It is very balmy and very slippery when you touch it, but then sort of dries immediately to like a powdery feel. Although you will see it doesn't look powdery on your face. So we will go to the application, and then I will come back throughout the day or at the end of the day, and we will see how it was throughout the day. Okay, so I'm going to do one side with a brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Flawless Foundation. So I'm going to take some on. And start buffing it in. It has very good coverage. Wow. Feels very light. I think you need to take on your brush less rather than more, you can always add more, because this has quite good coverage. Right, on this side I'm going to take a sponge. It is damp, but I think you probably could do it with a dry sponge as well, especially those hairy velvety ones. I would say I prefer to use the brush, so I'm going to use the brush on this side as well, and I think I might at the end go over with a sponge to just work it in. So yes, you need minute amount to cover your face. Yeah, like on my nose I can see a bit of brush marks, so I will do that with the sponge. Yeah, I would say do it with a brush first, and if you have places where you want to put more, add it with a sponge, because that works really well. And then I'm going to work it in. It's got good coverage. I wouldn't say that the amount I put on is full coverage. Yeah, it looks nice. It says it's demi matte. I wouldn't say it's, I would say it's just natural. I can still see a bit of luminosity. Now, I don't have that much texture on my face or really big pores. I have some like around here, and I've got a couple of big craters on my chin, but I've always had those. And I would say that I can see that I have makeup there, because it is cream, isn't it? It's quite thick, but it looks quite nice. Let me just do concealer. I'm using the Milani Conceal & Perfect in 130. Okay, I'm going to set under my eyes with the Hourglass Veil powder. Always set my brows so my pencil doesn't slip. Now, you know, I normally set my foundation with some sort of mineral powder foundation, but they add color, and this foundation is quite good color for summer, for when I have tan. It's fake tan, but tan nonetheless. So I'm going to set it with Laura Mercier translucent powder, just so I don't add any more color. Just lightly there. Let me go off and do my eyebrows, and then I come back. Okay, my brows are done. I've got a mirror like a foot away from me, and yeah, it looks nice. It probably doesn't look as good as my favorite foundation, which is Delilah, but yeah, it looks nice. Let me zoom you in. Okay, I just feel it looks a bit heavy here, because that's probably where I have most texture. but for now it hasn't, yeah, and like here, but I think that most of us have that problem sort of around our mouth. Yeah, so I am going to do the rest of my makeup. It's not settling as much in these lines, but I can see the lines, so maybe it settles a bit. Okay, let's do quick bronzer. I'm going to use Tarte Park Avenue Princess on Rifa 05. Yeah, it looks very nice. You know, it's so funny because whenever I do foundation reviews, I'm obviously much more critical and look much closely at my foundation. But if I found a foundation really good for me, I can see it straight away. I think, oh my god, this looks beautiful. But this one looks really good. So like I said, I'm going to go off, film maybe my makeup tutorial, and then I will come back once my makeup is done, and I will check with you throughout the day. Okay, this is my first check-in, so it's been 4 hours. Let me have a look at it. It looks fine, but I don't know if it's because I am so in love with the Delilah foundation that I think it looks so good that right now nothing really is better. But I can already see here around my nose is sort of gathered and came off a bit. Let me zoom you in. Don't know if you can see right here. And I just feel like it's a bit patchy, like, you know, this round face is always the worst. And I even feel like my blush and bronzer is not looking that good. It's not getting too shiny yet. I have normal skin really, but I do get shiny, especially on my forehead and my chin, and sometimes a bit here. So for now it's not looking too bad. Only close up, when you get really close, you can see these bits starting to break up a bit. But you know, from the distance it still looks fine. But I don't know, my face doesn't look very like I feel like it does with Delilah, very even. And that foundation, you know, I even wear it to the gym, and after the gym it looks fine. So I will see you again in a few hours. Okay, my lovelies, so it has been 8 hours now, so that will be my last check-in. Just before I sat here, so the last check-in you saw, it was on my vlogging camera. This is on my DSLR, because I don't know on which one you can see better. You see, it's not the same looking through the lens. It's not like your eye, also with the bright lights. So I walked around with the mirror, like by the window and everywhere, to have a look. And I must say, let me bring my mirror, that this hasn't changed that much. I don't know if you can see, I'm a bit more glowy on my forehead. Just my forehead really. If you see a bit of glow here, that's just a highlighter. And where it's worn off here through my nose, maybe it's worn off a bit more than at the last check-in. And I feel like in places, and it's just those places when I have a bit more texture, like here, you know, it looks like makeup. The glow is quite nice though. It's not like a greasy glow. But even though it's been very hot today, I haven't been sitting outside in the heat. and I've had air conditioning all inside. So I think maybe if I was somewhere outside and I got hot, I probably would get more shiny. Now my forehead, it hasn't really settled in my lines. Let me zoom you in. So can you see that glow on my forehead? Don't know if you can see how it's worn off my nose and sort of gathered here, and I don't often get that with foundations. And the chin is looking a bit like it's all gathered on my chin. But I think other than that it looks fine. I don't know how it would work on someone with oily skin. It might be a bit problematic with oily skin, but obviously I can't tell you. Like I said, my skin is normal with slightly oily T-zone. And also I think I'm being a bit unfair because I compare everything now to my current favorite, which is the Delilah foundation, and I should really think of it as if this was the only foundation I had. And I think if that was the case, I am quite happy with it. It is a bit more patchy. I don't know if I'm expressing myself rightly. Not patchy, but do you understand when, like with my other foundation, my face just seems to look so flawless. So I will definitely use this foundation. I probably would be more inclined to use it just for a few hours because I think it looks at its best for probably the first 2-3 hours before it starts breaking up. And like I said, if I was somewhere warm, I've got a feeling that it might break up a bit more. Also, if you have very dry skin, I wonder if you would get stuck to those dry patches. So I feel like for normal skin it's perfect, but obviously I can't say for any other skin type. But yeah, it's a nice foundation. I think it's a bit pricey, almost £30 for just 10ml, but then you're using so little because the coverage is so good. It is definitely worth trying, but only if you like full coverage. I don't think you can get like a light coverage with it without being patchy. You've seen me, I just dabbed it tiny bit and I could cover half of my face, no problem. So yeah, something worth looking at. And it also will be very good for traveling. It's very light, very small, just like a powder compact. But I definitely don't regret buying it. You know, I've bought foundations before to try and they were just awful. Oh, also I didn't tell you, I used the Nivea Cellular Luminous Anti-Dark Spot Day Fluid SPF 50. So that's what I've been using lately since the weather got better. And you know, sometimes your foundation can interact badly with whatever skincare you have underneath. So maybe I should try it with different skincare, but I don't like that because I am not going to buy different skincare for every foundation. This one works for me with the other foundations that I use, so I wouldn't want to buy foundation and then try to go through loads of skincare products to see which one works with it. But it can be tricky, especially with SPFs. So yeah, let me know what you think of this foundation. It is very nice. I should have gotten maybe tiny bit lighter color, but as now I'm fake tanning, this is just perfect. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.